Hi, I'm Chris Briggs. I'm Superintendent of Pickerington Local Schools. This is Ryan Jenkins, our Treasurer. We'll be presenting to you today our Plan for Progress implementation, and we're looking forward to sharing this progress with you. As we kick off the implementation of our Plan for Progress, we would first like to share with you our three pillars, or our three phases of the plan. The first one, as you see here, is our academic excellence pillar, and you can see we talk about whole child in relationships, authentic experiences, personalized learning, and professional learning. The second part of our Plan for Progress is efficient operations, and as you can see with our Plan for Progress, we focus on being prepared, transparent, effective, and resource stewardship. As we begin talking about the Plan for Progress, our focus will be on modern facilities. Mr. Jenkins and I are going to share with you some updates and some exciting things that are occurring in our school district.
Now we're going to take a look at what we believe are the advantages or the pros for our future facility planning needs. We're going to look at each level, high school, junior high, middle elementary, and then finally other areas where we believe that this plan checks the boxes, so to speak, of Pickerington Schools' future needs. First of all, we believe at the high school and junior high that we're going to adequately address our anticipated student population growth. We also believe that the 7-12 campus setting that's going to involve a new junior high and central high school, very, very similar to the Lakeview North campus setting, better addresses our community's needs and wants and does not add a third high school. We'll be able to better share staff and facilities, specifically facilities, at the combined new junior high central high school. We're going to add secure vestibules at both high schools, and both high schools, when renovations are complete, will have an equal number of classrooms. At the middle and elementary level, again, we believe the very first thing we have to address is making sure we've kept up with our population growth. Ultimately, renovating Ridgeview into a K-6 facility does a couple of things. First of all, it helps us to create a balanced feeder system so that ultimately, if we just have some minor boundary redrawings, the attendance patterns for most neighborhoods will be known all the way from elementary through high school. We're going to take Gateway program and we're going to move it from Tollgate Middle School to the new K-6 building at what is the existing Ridgeview. This helps to create space at Tollgate. And finally, because what we're going to see in the next section, in moving the preschool units out of existing elementaries, we create space in all of our buildings. In other areas, the reconfiguration itself should have minimal impacts on transportation and staffing. Certainly as population in the district grows, we will have to have staff to be able to keep up with that population growth. But we don't want the reconfiguration itself to drive additional costs with staffing and transportation. The preschool center will open space for potential growth in all of our elementaries. We believe traffic patterns will be safer on East Street in front of Heritage and on Hill Road in front of what was originally Ridgeview Junior High will become the new K-6 building. And finally, the Welcome Center becomes a part of the district office, which makes a lot of sense. The cons of the plan are that we ultimately have construction costs that we'll meet through a bond issue and a ballot issue for the community to consider in November of 2020. Ultimately, we know there may be some staffing adjustments because of the reconfiguration. There may be minimal attendance area adjustments, otherwise known as redrawing district boundaries. And finally, the projects have to be phased over a period of about 3 to 5 years so that we don't have occupied renovations, and we can speak more about that at a later time. This slide shows a general layout of the district and all of its facilities. Overall, we have 15 school buildings. Pick North ultimately is also the same place where the Pickerington Alternative School is. But you can get your bearings with this map. As you can see, that we have Fairfield is our further northernmost school. Tusing would be in the extreme northwest portion of the district up near Route 70. To the east, the Tollgate complexes, and then finally to the south in the old Pickerington Village, and then south of the village, Sycamore Creek, Pick Central, and those areas of the district.
And as Mr. Jenkins mentioned earlier, these are some of the new building or significant additions that are part of our Plan for Progress. Walking you through, we hope to have a new junior high, which it would be on the McGill property. We hope to reconfigure the Ridgeview Junior High to a K-6 building, which we think will also address our enrollment numbers throughout elementary and some of our junior high and middle school numbers. Pickerington Central High School will receive 24 additional classrooms. Pickerington North High School will receive additional 18 new classrooms, which would mean there will be a total of 95 classrooms in both high schools. Last but not least, we have Heritage Pre-K Learning Center and Welcome Center. We think this is going to give our families a one-stop shop. They'll be able to come in, enroll their children in preschool, also enroll their children in our district. So we think this is going to be a great plan and significant additions for our school district. This slide here, starting out with Ridgeview Junior High School, gives you a footprint. This is just obviously a 30,000 view. It's a footprint designed just to give you an idea of what our plan and our vision is for our school district. Taking a look at the map, you could see that this would become a 5-6 intermediate school. It will also be a K-4 elementary school. It will house our gifted academy, as well as we have a playground zone built in here. Just to get your bearings a little bit about this property, this is the current Tiger Stadium. This is the current Ridgeview Junior High School. This slide here gives you an update of what we envision Pickerington Central High School becoming with the expanded cafeteria addition, secured vestibules, and we also add 24 additional classrooms. And you can see the footprint of where that would be located in the building. As you can see here, this is a little more in depth of what the cafeteria expansion at Pickerington Central High School will look like. We will currently bump it out into the courtyard area. You can see it's a 25 by 8, which will give us hopefully 200 additional space for 200 additional students to eat lunch. Here's the front of the building, and as we like to say, it's more important to what it does than what it actually looks like. This is a safety, possible new secure vestibule configuration where people would actually enter the building and then have to buzz in to get into the actual building. Right now, when you walk into Pickerington Central High School, you have a chance to walk in right into the flow of traffic with students, and we think this creates a safer environment. Here is the classroom configurations for Central High School. We do have it is a 2-story wing with 12 additional classrooms per floor. So that will give us 71 existing plus the 24 new, which will give us 95 total new classrooms at Pickerington Central High School. This picture shows you Pickerington North High School, and it shows you a couple things that we're looking at: additional 18 classrooms and also a secured entry. And the additional classrooms will cut into a little bit of the parking space, but we think that is not a major issue that we can address. Just to review, North High School, we're looking at 18 new classrooms for a total of 95, and we're looking at a renovated secure main entry. And this is a picture of North High School and what we anticipate the new additional classrooms looking like. You can see on the lower level we have 8 classrooms, and then on the upper level we have 10 additional classrooms. And they'll be obviously stacked on top of each other, but this is what it will look like. Heritage Elementary School, we're excited. This will have an opportunity for Heritage Elementary School to become a welcome center for our district. You can see what we will do, we renovate it to a pre-K learning center as well. And we also connect the B and the C buildings right here, which currently our students have to go outside to travel from building to building. One of the things we have to address with the upcoming bond issue is this here: school safe spaces in Ohio Building Code and storm shelters. Ohio Revised Code now requires all new buildings or new additions to have a shelter in place for students that will withstand up to 250 miles per hour winds. And obviously this is something we have to take into account when we're doing our renovations and our new build. This slide here shows you some additional, what we think will be some benefits of the upcoming bond issue for furnishings and appurtenances. Everybody will receive new furnishings and possible flexible classroom space. One of the things that we hear currently today with our teaching staff and our students is the idea of flexible classrooms, being able to adjust the classroom to meet the students' needs. And we think that does that with the new junior high. And you can see on both sides, it addresses almost every elementary school and every building in our school district.
To wrap it up here, the final slides will show some additional projects that we have planned for co-curricular and extracurricular facilities at what would be the new junior high, Pickerington Central, Pickerington North, and Lakeview Junior High. What you're going to see in these next few slides are actually 3 phases. Phases 1 and 2 are already in the works, already going, and will actually be completed by the fall of 2020. Phase 1 itself is technically already finished, and all that we're waiting for is grass to grow. This is a view of the McGill property, which is just to the south and east of Central High School. We, this summer, have developed auxiliary fields. We're always asked in the district for additional auxiliary fields for outdoor athletics. We've also developed the beginnings of a competition field. And while we were at it, we would have at this site stubbed all of the needed utilities for the future development of a new junior high school. Phase 1 also involved work at the North Lakeview complex. The old spoils pile, so to speak, when we built Sycamore and Tollgate is the area we would have dumped a significant amount of dirt and backfill. That area has been shaved level on top so that we can develop and have additional auxiliary fields just to the south and slightly east of Lakeview Junior High, again at the North 712 complex. Phase 2 of the plan, you'll see we're back at the McGill site. By this time, by the fall of 2020, we will have an 8-lane track at the McGill site. That will allow Central High School to have the competitions that they have not been able to have because the current track at Central High School at Old Tiger Stadium is only 6 lanes. We will also have grandstands and lighting at this, what will be a type of, at least temporarily, auxiliary stadium. The final phase, phase 3, requires the bond issue. We are again back at the McGill facility, but you will see now that we have a footprint of a new junior high, and ultimately we have a stadium at Central High School, which will be a full-blown competition field with home visitor bleachers and a full competition track, football, and other soccer, lacrosse, outdoor stadium complex. Phase 3 at North, we would be developing a softball hub at North High School. Central High School has a softball hub. When we say hub, it is the concession stand / press box. We would do the same thing at North High School. Finally, by the time we get to this phase, Central will have what would be the old Tiger Stadium behind what would be the old Ridgeview Junior High. It will also have the new Tiger Stadium, essentially 2 full-blown stadiums for Central to use. And so we would in this phase also light the auxiliary field at North so that North also has 2 lighted competition fields. This slide shows what we anticipate the costs of the project to be. Again, this would be a bond issue that the district would seek the community's approval at the November 3rd, 2020 election day. The new buildings are significant additions that you've seen will be about $77.9 million. Our school safe space is about $2.3 million. Furnishings, appurtenances, other items throughout the schools, about $1.9 million. Space reallocation, additional classrooms, other renovations totaling about $1.76 million. And finally, the phase 3 of the co-curricular and extracurricular facility upgrades would be about $7.6 million. The total with a 3% contingency comes in just under $92 million at $91.538 million. We believe that we can accomplish all of these projects, which will impact a significant number of students, our staff, our community, across the entire district, all of our facilities, for less than $3 million. Although we don't have the final numbers yet from the county auditor, we are working diligently with the county auditor as we speak to help come up with all of the different financing options that we have in making sure that this fantastic project that we think will have benefits for multiple years to come for the Pickerington community is a successful one.
Mr. Jenkins and I would like to thank you for your time and for your attention in this important matter that's going to impact, hopefully, our school district for years to come. We value your feedback and we actually need your feedback on the presentation. Please feel free to visit this website and give us your feedback. Thank you, and let's make it a great day.